What is up, YouTube? It's Rules for Rebels here, and today we got kind of a quick and dirty guide to Amazon FBA products and how to select Amazon FBA products. Now, we're going to be basically going down kind of a checklist I've made of the ideal features of a product for Amazon FBA, and as I've said before in videos, small, light, few moving parts, etc., things like that. Now, that's not to say because a product doesn't have all these elements, it's not suitable for FBA. And it's also not to say that products who don't have these elements aren't good products to sell. However, this list is specifically for FBA. So let me quickly touch on, like, number one, average product sale price between $10 and $50. Now, the reason we say this is because there's a lot of great items that you can pick up for like 10 or 20 cents and maybe sell for $2, $3, $5 on eBay or Amazon self-fulfilled. And even if you're only selling an item for $3, if you're getting it for 10 cents, those are still pretty good margins. You're making 300 times your money back, right? The problem lies with FBA because not only are you paying Amazon a 15% fee for selling the item through Amazon, but now you're also paying an FBA fulfillment fee. And, there's a lot of great products out there that sell for like $3, but Amazon FBA fees typically never really get lower than $2 or $3. So all your profits wiped out just with the FBA fee. So that's why a lot like items under $5 or even under $10 a lot of times don't really make sense for FBA. But let's kind of get into this guide here, and I'll kind of touch on each one of these points. Now, again, do not decide not to sell a product because it doesn't fit one of these elements here. But in a perfect world, my FBA products would have all these elements. So an average product sale price between $10 and $50. I've kind of already explained why we need that price point. FBA charges a fee. You're already paying Amazon 15% in fees. If the item sells for under $10, and $10 is really on the low end. Ideally, personally, I would say my ideal sweet spot is between like $15 and $30, because once you get above $30, it's not really an impulse buy. So to me, a sweet spot is $15 to $30, but really anything $10 to $50 is really suitable for FBA. Lightweight, preferably under 2 to 3 pounds. And really, I would say as light as possible. If you notice, a lot of the products that I mentioned in the videos on this channel are like, paracord bracelets, fire starters, phone cases, phone mounts, etc. The lighter an item is, the cheaper it's going to be to ship from China. The lighter an item is, the cheaper it's going to be to ship into Amazon FBA. And if you're direct fulfilling to your customers, the lighter the item, the cheaper the shipping is going to be to your customer. A lot of my items that I ship and sell are under a pound, which means I can send them USPS first class mail, which is incredibly cheap, which means I can absorb the shipping cost and offer free shipping, which helps with sales. But having a lightweight product is really just going to make everything easier for you. Ideally, I like to ship things by air from China. It's faster and it's just much less complicated. However, once your product gets above about a pound, it's just not cost effective at all to ship by air. And I know a lot of you guys have been messaging me lately and leaving comments on the YouTube channel saying, oh, they're charging me an arm and a leg to ship stuff from China. Well, it's because you're trying to go by air, and either you're ordering a lot of goods or you're ordering heavier goods. And yeah, just the air shipping is just going to kill you. Number 3, similar products have a 5,000 bestseller rank or smaller in a main category. So let me show you what that means here. So Amazon, what should we search here? Oh, sorry, I guess I got the box small for you guys. Let me see if I can pause this and open this up here. Okay, so guys, here's where you can check the sales rank of an Amazon product. So actually, I should have done something else here too. Here's a quick and easy way. So we open up Amazon, we'll do a search for beach blanket. And I have, I don't know, you guys can't see this because it's above the screen for you here, but I have, actually, let me raise that up. I have Unicorn Smasher, which is something I've shown you guys in the past. So we're just going to pull a search for beach blanket. We're going to hit Unicorn Smasher. And it's going to take a second for all this to fill in. But you guys can see right here the sales rank. So as you can see here, pretty much all these items here have a sales rank of under 5,000. Now, under 5,000 would be a really, really good selling product. I have products that are ranked 200,000, and I still sell probably 5 to 10 units a day. So just because the sales rank is above 5,000 doesn't mean you're not going to sell products. However, if your goal is to get a product that's selling, say, 20 to 50 units a day or even more than that, you're going to want to get something with a really high sales rank. But again, like I said, I have products that are ranked 228,000, and I can still move 10 or 20. Not every day am I moving 10 or 20 units, but I would say I consistently move about 5 units a day, and I can move as much as, I don't know, say 20, 25 units in a day. So 5,000 might be a little bit, I don't know what's what I'm looking for, conservative or whatever. But really, I mean, I would say anything under 20,000 is still a really good product. If you're going to private label stuff, if I'm just buying products to resell, I don't really care if they don't sell that many units. I'll just order smaller quantities, and pretty much most of the stuff I deal with has good margins. So, I've talked about this before. There's one product I sell. I buy it for $2. I sell it for $29.95. Now, even if I only sell 2 to 3 units a day, I can buy 50 or 100 pieces of inventory to last me for a month or two. And even selling 2 to 3 units a day, I'm still making $40 to $60. And you kind of build yourself up a catalog of 10, 20, 50 of those products, bringing in 40 to 50 bucks a day. And it starts adding up to real money. So we can use this program, Unicorn Smasher, or if you don't want to use a tool, I just searched beach blanket, pulled up this listing, and if we scroll down, you can see the sales rank is, sometimes it's under here. Lately, I've been noticing they've been putting it in the right here. So this item is number 4 in automotive. It's number 1 in bedding and blankets. It's number 1 in automotive RV parts and accessories, and it's number 1 in patio and lawn garden furniture, picnic baskets, tables, and accessories. And I'm not really going to touch on this, but this brings up another interesting topic that maybe I'll cover in another video. A lot of people have been asking me, is it better to pick an appropriate category, or the category that your item best fits in, and ranking higher, or is it better to pick kind of an obscure category that your product doesn't belong in and hope that you rank really high? So this is a mat with a strap. This is essentially a beach mat. They're selling it in automotive. I don't know if they're trying to say that you can throw this on the ground under your car and work on your car on it. But this product, in my opinion, really doesn't belong in the automotive category. But this person obviously figured out that they can rank really highly in the automotive category, so they went there. So my personal, I'll just touch on it real quickly. My personal opinion is I would rather rank higher in the appropriate category, in a larger category, than pick some obscure category and rank number 1 or rank really high in it. That's just me. I'd actually be curious to hear your guys' opinions on that as well. What do you guys think? When you guys are putting your Amazon listings up, do you pick obscure categories that you're going to rank really high in, or do you pick the category where your item belongs in, and you're probably going to rank not as high, but you're in the appropriate category? So I told you what I do. If you guys have an opinion on that, or if you guys want to share what you do, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me go back over to this document here. So we talked about similar products that have a 5,000 bestseller rank or smaller in a main category. No brand names within a product category or niche. I've talked to you guys a lot about brand names before. Obviously, first off, you can't even private label with brand names, and our ultimate goal is to be private labeling. But in terms of brand names, there's too much competition. You can't have a listing to yourself. If I decide to sell Jiffy pellets or Jiffy pods, that's a product I can make some money in, but really anybody can go to a garden supply store, buy Jiffy pellets, and hop on my listing, and there's really nothing I can do about it. Also, as I've explained before, with higher end brand names and things like that, you tend to get a lot of complaints from buyers, or even competitors in some cases, saying that your item isn't authentic, and it can cause problems with your account. So for a lot of reasons, I stay away from brand name items, most specifically just because I don't feel like the margins are there. Next is a simple product that is not easily broken. Any of you guys who've had a substantial amount of stuff in Amazon's warehouses, Amazon damages a lot of crap. Amazon doesn't always package things the best when they ship them. Sometimes your stuff gets thrown in a box with others. But right now I'm actually dealing with a product. It's a part to an electronic, but it's got a lot of transistors and things welded onto it, and it's got a lot of solder points. And it actually just got kicked off. It's kind of funny. It was actually a top-selling product on Amazon, #1 seller in the category, and it actually just got booted off Amazon for excessive returns. I'm not really sure why that is. And it's actually somewhat, I don't mean to go into a tirade about this. It's actually not really fair. And that's another problem with parts, is a lot of the buyers in their comments for the return said I ordered the wrong part, or basically it's their fault. But nonetheless, if you get it too many returns, Amazon's going to kick your product off Amazon. So I had an item that was a #1 bestseller in its category, and it just got booted off for excessive returns. So the simpler your product can be, the less moving parts, the less fragile, the less returns you're going to have, the less products you're going to have broken in Amazon's warehouses, and the less products you're going to have broken during shipping. If I'm trying to think of an example, like things with like skinny, like delicate pieces of plastic that are going to crack easily are things you want to stay away from. Things that you could run over with a car and they're still not going to break, those are things that you want to sell. 2 to 3 products with less than 50 reviews on the first page. So let me go back to Amazon here. So we'll do a search for beach blanket. Now I would like to see at least 2 or 3 items on the first page that have less than 50 reviews. So we're not going to count these top 2 because these are sponsored reviews. This one has 118, this one has 825. As you can see here, this one only has 8. How this guy managed to get on the first page and towards almost above the fold on the first page with an item with only 8 feedback is really good. He must have his listing well optimized. But this is what I like to see. I like to see products on the first page and even high on the first page that have very few reviews. Why? Because I could easily go on Review Kick, give away 10 products the first week, build up 10 reviews, and if I have a well put together listing, I'm going to surpass this guy. 265. Here's one with 66. I consider that to be fairly low. Here's one with 49, fairly low. Here's one with 36, fairly low. 62. So as you can see here, there's a lot of products on the first page that don't have super high reviews. So I wasn't even trying to turn you guys onto a good product here, but beach blankets may not be a bad item to sell here, because as you can see here, the first page is full of items with under 100 feedback and a lot under 50 reviews. So that's kind of an interesting point there. Let's see here. We'll go over here. 2 to 3 products with less than 50 reviews on the first page. A product that can be made for 25% less the sale price. So, you know, if you're selling an item for $100, you should be able to make it for $25 or less. Like I've told you guys before, ideally, I like to be able to make at least 3 or 4 times my money back on a product. With a lot of my products, I may make 10, 12, 14 times my money back on a product. Why is that important? Well, I'll tell you why. If I buy a product for $25 and I sell it for $100, when I buy my inventory, let's say I order 100 pieces of inventory, as soon as I sell 25% of that inventory, or 25 units out of the 100 units, I'm in the black. I've already made my money back. So even if the rest of it doesn't sell, you know, I'm not out anything. If the rest does sell, it's money in the bank. But, you know, I've told you guys, there's a lot of costs that you're going to incur that are just a cost of doing business. That could be products damaged in Amazon's warehouse. That could be returns. That could be scams where, you know, buyers claim they didn't receive an item and you wind up having to send out another one. But the bigger the margin you have, the bigger the cushion you have against mistakes, whether it be chargebacks, returns, whatever else. Next, room for improvement and optimization of current listings. So let's just go here. So this, you know, let's say, for example, this person only had 1 picture. Simply by putting the maximum number of pictures allowed, I'm going to be able to probably outrank this person because Amazon takes into consideration a number of pictures you have on your listings. This person, as you see, has really nice, really long, really detailed item descriptions. If they were like 63-foot beach mat, dries quickly, and that's all they had, I would say, okay, this listing sucks. I could easily come up with a listing that's much more descriptive, has a lot more keywords, etc., and probably surpass this person. As you can see here, they have a well put together product description as well. So what I would be looking for is items with few pictures, poorly written bullet points, poorly written description. This one is well put together, but what I'm looking for is listings that are ranking high that aren't well put together, because I know that if I put up a well-optimized listing, I'm going to be able to surpass that listing. Top 3 keywords have over 100,000 monthly searches in Merchant Words. Merchant Words is a free/paid tool. You can pull some free reports. They also have a paid version, and you don't have to rely just on Merchant Words. You can use things like Google Keyword Tool, Google Trends, Google Keyword Planner. They changed the name. It's no longer Google Keyword Tool. Even Terapeak. But, there's a whole lot of free programs out there. There's also some paid programs where you can do keyword searches. So over 100,000 monthly searches. That's kind of on the high end. Like if you find something with over 100,000 monthly searches, it's going to be a great seller. I'll even do things with over 3,000 monthly searches if the margins are good or it has a very high sell-through rating. Next, the product is easily outsourced in China. Doesn't have to be China. I mean, there's great products that you can outsource in the USA, but cost of labor is cheap in China. Products are cheap in China. So, if you find a product that you think you can make some money with and you're able to order it from China, you're pretty much guaranteed to have those 25% or better margins. Next is a year-round seller. Now, that's not to say that I haven't sold seasonal items. That's not to say that I don't sell seasonal items. But, if you're selling Halloween items, you're only going to be selling them for a couple months out of the year. That's not to say that you can't make money doing that. I've made plenty of money off seasonal items. But, setting up a business, setting up a product, it's a lot of work. A lot of expenses can go into it in terms of doing product launches. And to do that for a product that you're only going to be able to sell for a month or a couple months, and then it's just going to sit around for the next year, isn't really the best use of your time or money. This wasn't even a seasonal product, but just to kind of show you how frustrating it is, like I built up a really successful, really cool hoverboard business, and the hoverboard industry pretty much came and went within a period of 3 to 4 months. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I made good money off of it, but it's really kind of a kick in the balls when you form this really successful business and then it just totally phases out and disappears. Next, similar products being sold on eBay. Go over to eBay, see if the items have been sold. You guys know I'm a big fan of Terapeak, so Terapeak makes it really easy to do this research. But you can easily just go over to eBay, pull an eBay search, and see if similar items are being sold on eBay. People always ask me, should I sell it on eBay or should I sell it on Amazon? There's no reason not to sell it on both platforms. It costs you nothing to sell on eBay or Amazon unless the product sells, so why not sell it on both platforms? Next is the ability to expand your brand with related products. So if I'm selling silicone spatulas and I build up a good brand name for a private label product, well, it's pretty easy for me to next roll out a silicone baking mat or mixing bowls or an herb cutter. It's very easy. Like, people know my brand, people trust my brand, and people are happy with my products. So it's easy to sell them other kitchen products. So I like to do something where I can expand in a niche. So if this week I'm selling, spatulas, and next week I'm selling yoga mats, and next week I'm selling vacuum cleaner filters, I'm constantly having to learn new industries. I'm constantly having to pull new keyword research. Whereas if I stay in the same niche, it's easy to kind of grow that business more quickly. The other thing, I'm really big on content marketing. By content marketing, I mean blogging and YouTube channels and stuff like that. And if I have a blog about kitchen products or a blog where I can promote kitchen products, when I roll out my next kitchen product, I already have a platform there ready to drive traffic and promote it. However, if I jump over and start selling vacuum filters, well, now I have to build up a whole nother blog, a whole nother YouTube channel, a whole nother network of social media accounts. And why not stick in the same niche and be able to continue using those same methods that you're driving traffic, right? Can you make a superior product over similar products in the market? So I don't really have any examples to show you, right? Actually, yeah, let me pull up and see what we got here. We'll just say this beach mat. There are newer beach mats out there, different beach mats that you can see there's sand sitting on top of the beach mat here. There's actually beach mats that are made to let the sand fall through them so that you don't get sand all over the top of your mat. So that might be a way to improve this product. Maybe there's a beach mat where, actually I know there's beach mats. There's beach mats where there's basically little sacks at the end of each corner, and you can fill the sack with sand, and all of a sudden now your beach mat is weighted down and it's not going to blow away. Maybe your beach mat has stakes built into it. If you have a way to improve a current product, you don't have to have a CAD designer and a CAD drawer. It's pretty easy to go to a manufacturer on Alibaba and say, hey, look, can you make me this beach mat, but put stakes that, plastic stakes that stick into the ground on it? And they'll actually do the design for you. They'll be able to change it for you. And they probably won't even charge you extra, probably won't even charge you much extra if you order an adequate amount of pieces. So find a product that if there's a way you can improve a product in some way, cool. And sometimes it's not even an improvement so much as, For a while, I was selling Cree flashlights. Now, Cree flashlights are like one of the most popular selling flashlights on eBay and Amazon. Let me pull up a picture here. So there's a million different people selling these flashlights, right? This guy's calling his house bell. I guess that's his private label or whatever. Anyhow, you can see that the button on him is orange. Now, the button on the Cree flashlights is orange. Now, this is going to sound really stupid, but something as simple as putting a neon green or a neon pink rubber knob on the end of the flashlight is a way to differentiate your product from other people. So I think we'll probably be able to see somebody else who's doing this. Let me see. Or that one's orange. You know, normally I can find them on there. Anyhow, like basically by doing that, if somebody else piggybacks off my listing and somebody orders a flashlight thinking it's my flashlight and it's going to have a neon green button on it and it shows up with an orange button, you know, some people may just go with the flow, but some people are going to complain or make a comment in their review. You know, make sure you buy from the original seller. I specifically bought hoping to get a green button, and this one has an orange button. So A, it's going to differentiate your product, and B, it's going to be one more hurdle to keeping piggybackers off of your product. So we talked about making a superior product. The product encourages recurring purchases. So this is a hard one to hit. Not every product, you know, has recurring purchases. Like in the case of this beach blanket here, like you're probably going to buy one beach blanket for the year and maybe it lasts you 2, 3, 4 years. But it's really not something that you're going to have a recurring purchase on. Now on the flip side, if I were to sell a dog leash that fits poop bags inside of it, well, you may only need to buy one dog leash, but if only my poop bags fit inside this dog leash's handle, you're going to have to keep coming back to me every month or every 3 months and buying poop bags so that you can keep using my leash. So that's what we mean by recurring purchases. Let's see. And then lastly, multiple product keywords. And kind of what I mean by this is there's some products where you can market it in different ways. And earlier today when I was thinking about making this video, I had a bunch of good examples, but there's a lot of products that you can market multiple ways. So let's say, for example, I think there's a type of glove called mechanics wear gloves. Mechanics wear gloves. This isn't a perfect example, but it's the best thing I can think of. So these mechanics wear gloves. I'm marketing them to mechanics who don't want to bang their, you know, knuckles up using a wrench on things. However, let's say that this glove also is very tolerant of heat. I mean, it isn't, but let's just pretend it is. I could potentially market my same product to people who are grilling out on the grill, and okay, you can wear these, you know, it's basically like a hot mitt. You can wear these if you got to take the grill grate off of your grill while it's, you know, hot and cooking, you can take it off. So basically a product that you can market multiple ways. I think I showed you guys that beach blanket we looked at earlier. I think it was, maybe I don't have it up. There was a beach blanket we looked at earlier that the person had put in automotive. Now, again, this isn't a perfect example, but potentially, maybe not the same color scheme, but you can market it as like a car repair mat. So you throw it on the floor of your garage under your car and it'll catch oil leaks, and you can lay on the mat without having to lay on your dirty garage floor. And potentially I have one product that I have to source, but I could potentially sell it on 2 different websites or have 2 different eBay or Amazon listings. And, you know, one of them we're marketing as a beach blanket and the other one we're marketing to mechanics. And we're hitting 2 different, essentially we have one product that we can sell in 2 different ways. So that's kind of what I meant by multiple product keywords. So again, hopefully this list helps you guys out. Again, this isn't a hard and fast list. You know, if your product isn't between $10 and $50, you know, if you find a product that you can sell for $8, don't be like, oh, I'm not going to sell it because it's not in the, you know, your product doesn't have to contain all these things, but in general, these are features that I look to or look for in a product that I'm thinking about private labeling and selling on Amazon FBA. So hopefully you found this kind of quick and dirty guide to Amazon FBA products helpful. If you guys have any questions about this, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, click that subscribe button to the bottom left of this video. If you guys have any suggestions for new videos you want to see or anything like that, leave a comment below. I'll try to make a video accommodating that. And I apologize, guys. I've been kind of slacking on making videos, but I have a few suggestions from you guys in terms of videos you want to see. So I'll be trying to hit some of those this week. And stay tuned. More great stuff coming out later this week, guys. Talk to you soon.